Hey guys, my name is Bella and today's video is about the top 5 mistakes that most people out there are doing, and that's what's keeping them at a plateau, meaning at one stage that they cannot lose I would say, last 10 pounds. So you're working out really hard, you're sweating at the gym, you're doing everything possible, you're eating healthy and possibly going on crazy diets, and you are still not losing the last 10 pounds. Okay, so I just want to start by telling you the number one mistake that I see, and I am 100% guilty of this mistake as well. Number one mistake is too much workout. Have you ever taken a look at your workout schedule? That's the number one thing that you need to do. Take a look at your training. Is your training doing this? Are you going Monday, legs, Tuesday, shoulders, Wednesday, I don't know, legs again? Your schedule is basically minimum 6 times a week workouts. And you are giving it your all. Are you actually doing that? Because most athletes or most people that are trying to actually really hard lose the weight, they'll commit that mistake. Is that what you're doing? Ask yourself. I am very, very, very guilty of that. So I'll go to the gym, I'll break a sweat, I'll be there for like an hour and a half, and I'll do it at least 6 times a week, if not 7. Especially when I compete around my competition times, I will actually go for 7 days a week. When you look at yourself, when you see how hard you're training, you see you're over sweating actually. And that's what happens to me. I don't know about you guys, but when when I work out too often, I actually over sweat. So I'm like on the Stairmaster or treadmill, whatever, even lifting, I'll be sweating way more than a guy double my size doing the same exact thing. So yeah, you should check your workout. Are you working out too hard? Are you working out too often? Check your workout. You definitely need rest days. And the biggest telltale sign is that you go home and after 2 days, let's say you did your hamstrings, and after 2 days, you are not feeling any soreness. You are not sore. You're just not sore. You can walk just fine. And that's what happens with me. So when I take breaks in between, I will be so sore, and that's where you want your body to be. So guys, that's mistake number one. And like I said, I am very guilty of doing that. Please check if you're doing that, because there's a high chance that you're doing. That will keep you at a plateau, certainly. Mistake number two, guys, it is diet. Check your diet. Again, we're doing a plateau, right? We are at a stagnant phase. We are not growing. We are not doing anything. We're not losing weight. We're not getting the gains or the losses that we're looking for. Like I said, with taking a look at your training, I'm gonna say the same thing with taking a look at your food. Are you eating the same thing every day? Are you ingesting the same calories every single day? Because if you are, chances are you're not going up and down with your calories. You have to create this habit where you are eating more calories and higher carb around the hour of your training, right? If you're training really, really hardcore, let's say on Monday you did really heavy legs, you go home, you have 1 hour, you shower, you hit your carbs. That's when you can increase your carbs. So let's say you're always eating 150 grams of carbs every single day. You can't do that. You actually need to increase your carbs. Let's say on leg day, you increase your carbs to 200 grams or 250, and then drop back down the next day, and then up again, and then down, depending on your training, and keep it in that same window. And you guys will see, will definitely solve the calorie intake issue, because sometimes we are actually intaking less calories and we're burning to a certain point where our body is retaining the calories. It's like our bodies are this like insane thing. They're just like working to survive. You're working to look good. You're not thinking, oh, I need to survive, but your body is actually doing that job. It's like, I can't get too skinny, then I'm gonna die. Or I can't lose certain fat around the organs. If the person does not have abs, then if they hit themselves on their side or whatever, then the hit will reach their intestines, or all these things that we have inside. So the body is always working with you to protect you. but all you're thinking is like, oh, I just want to lose weight, I just want to lose weight, or I want to look good. So keep that in mind when you're working out. Your body is trying to keep you at survival mode. Are you starving yourself too much? Is that what's going on? Because that could be the number two mistake that any athlete out there, anybody that's serious about weight loss, might be doing. Okay, so be careful with a low calorie intake. Mistake number three, and before I go on, I just wanted to give a shout out to my new subscribers. Thank you so much for joining my channel. That makes me so happy. Thank you so much for liking my videos. I am so honored to have you. Okay, so moving on to the video. Mistake number three is the high stress living. Are you always under stress? Is your job extremely demanding? Is your life extremely demanding? Is your significant other extremely demanding? Look at your life, please. Look at what's going on around you, what you're dealing with. If you're always under high stress, that means your cortisol level is high to try to protect you. So you're actually working against your body. Your body is like, oh, I'm stressed out. So releasing cortisol to actually protect you. If you look it up on Google to see the scientific version of what I'm saying. And by the way, everything I'm saying, I actually really study this stuff because I'm an athlete and I'm always looking to shred the maximum pounds possible and be my best possible at all times. So guys, please feel free to Google all my information. You will see them out there. So as I said, it's stress. As your body releases cortisol, you go to the gym to do cardio and it's just head to head. Okay, so try to calm down. And I know it's very hard in our society, especially that everybody's always stressed out. I'm one of these people. I'm always stressed out, like always stressed out. Even if I'm not stressed out, I'll create some sort of stress to stress about it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm that kind of person. So I really, really recommend you to calm down. Check your caffeine intake. Maybe the caffeine is making you even more angry, more stressed out. Try to calm down. See if you can meditate at nighttime, if you have the time. If you have the time in the morning, or try to wake up a little bit earlier, try to meditate, read a book instead of watching like a crazy, I don't know, action movie that's gonna stress you out even more. And I know this does not sound feasible to most of us people out there, but try your best. I'm not the meditation type of person. I don't really like, to sit there and meditate forever, but it is really, really important. Okay, guys, so try to calm down. If your job is extremely demanding, try to see how you can work around it, or try to make sure that your life at home is not as stressful as your job, so you only have to deal with one bomb of stress. So yeah, things like that. As I said, I am very, very guilty of that. Mistake number four, and this is a given, guys, a given. A lot of people don't count their calories. They'll eat higher calories than they think. And I talk to many of my friends who say, I barely eat anything during the day. And then I'm like, okay, so what do you eat? Well, I spend most of my time at Starbucks because that's where I work, because most of my friends are like me. They'll either work from home or from coffee shops or, things like that. So they'll be like, oh, so I buy this shake or this coffee, these types of coffees that Starbucks sell, that I'm sure you guys are familiar, that they have so much stuff, they have so much sugar, that just one coffee, because they get like the bigger coffee, one coffee could be 500 calories. That's a lot of calories. That's like more than an entire meal. So if that's the case, check what you're eating, check everything that you're eating, because you might be at a surplus and you don't know, and it's keeping you at a plateau. Maybe there's something that you're doing wrong. Maybe, there's something that you're doing wrong in your diet. Again, check your diet. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I will respond to all my questions. Moving on to mistake number 5. And I'm also very guilty of doing this. And as I said previously, I'm an athlete and I always go up and down trying to do several things. I either want to compete or dance or be lightweight for certain events. I have a really, really common mistake, which is not drinking enough water. If you don't drink enough water, you wouldn't be regular. Okay? You have to get yourself in a habit where you drink enough water and be regular. You have to go to the bathroom every single day, in other words. So if you're not, you're gonna have that fluctuation on the scale. If you don't go every single day, you're gonna be like, why am I not losing the weight? So yeah, that's a very common mistake. A lot of people overlook this. When you look online, there's a lot of information out there that, oh, women could go every other day. That is so untrue. Everybody has to go every single day. If you eat, you need to go. It's the rule. So, like I said, you cannot also exaggerate with water, and that's something that scares me as well, because you could end up retaining water weight, and that's exactly not what you need in your life. But you have to drink, I would say, before every meal, try to drink like a cup of water. I'm not saying like a gallon or 2 gallons a day. Just try to drink a cup of water. If you go from drinking zero water, try to drink a cup of water, before every meal, not after, before. If you haven't watched my video about the bloat video, you should go and watch it. I have a lot of good advice in that video telling you how to keep your body hydrated and keep yourself from getting bloated or not going to the bathroom, okay? Because they go hand in hand usually. If you have one, you have the other. So just be very careful. That is a very common also mistake that a lot of athletes that I know that are really super good already, they're not amateurs, and they make all these 5 mistakes. So please leave me a thumbs up if you really like my videos. Subscribe so I can grow my channel, because it's still very, very small and it's growing very tiny bit at a time. But that's because YouTube is overwhelmed with people and information and whatever. But like I said, I'm here to give you straight up the best of the best. And I'm not saying that because I'm like some kind of like, oh, I'm the best one out there. But no, I'm giving you the best of the best, meaning I've been through this. I studied this literally to make myself the best, so I can stand on stage and win trophies, so I can go to dance events and actually win the dance competitions, things like that. So and I also have so much information on other body types. Like, for example, when I talked about body types, if you haven't seen that video, please watch it. My mother is the endomorph type. My father is an ectomorph. And I'm a meso, so I basically try to help them on a daily basis, and I try to help myself. So I kind of have an idea on which body type does what. So guys, if you really like my advice, trust and believe I'm not gonna let you down. So whatever you hear here you're gonna be able to solve a lot of issues with, okay? So please like my videos and subscribe, and I will be coming up with more of these videos, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.